Southern Remarketing in Jackson, Mississippi, where we sell diesel trucks. And if they've ever made one, folks, we've sold it. We sell them of every shape and form. Today we're going to list a nice truck. Won't tax anybody's budget. It's a kind of truck that everyone can use, everyone wants, except the new one's about 70 grand, I think. But this is a great truck. It's a 2008 Ford F250 turbo diesel 4-wheel drive Lariat. Got everything on it, power on both sides, 6-disc CD changer, all that. Sitting on a matching set of tires, the spares underneath it. A great looking truck, got a great stance, no problems at all, no rust, no issues. Come on, we'll show it to you. Matching set of tires. Good.
Those are 20-inch alloy wheels with the big set of 35-inch Firestone tires. They're not some cheap off-brand tires.
These wheels are not, they don't have a scratch on them. Look back here, you can see there's no rust issues. It's a Southern truck.
The old headlights were a little faded. I put these in and they're black to kind of match the truck. It's also got the chrome package and it's got the smoke cab lights.
Did you say this had the entertainment package in it?
Yeah.
Got rear entertainment, folks, but look in here. It is a non-smoker's truck. The leather is beautiful, it's pretty. The headliners always look like the Dickens in these videos, folks, but the headliner looks great. 6-disc CD changer, rear entertainment, got it all. 4-wheel drive's only got 170-something thousand miles on it. Gears fold in 190, which is low miles if you calculate it out.
And they go in and out.
I'll be dog. Look up in here, folks. Never been a farm truck, never been a work truck. Somebody rode up and down the road in it and liked it. A lot of views.
It's a Southern truck.
I like this truck. For the money, I sure like it.
You can see it's got the rear entertainment system. It'll play USB or an SD card or whatever you want to put in it. And it's got a little FM modulator so you can play it through the stereo. That is brand new, so still under warranty with Amazon, I think. Sliding rear window. See, the leather's nice. Got the rear power outlets, cab corners, everything's good on it, no rust.
All the lines are straight as an arrow on it. That's a bedliner print. Once again, look how nice the wheels are under here.
It's got these extra spring assists, so you doesn't sway as much with your trailer.
Spares underneath it. Now, folks, it's got the turnover ball in it. Doesn't affect you in any way unless you ever need it.
Well, there's no ball, but it's got the turnover
there. If you ever need it, trust me, it will save you a lot of money at being in there. You can see your chrome tie downs all over the bed.
And this is the factory bed liner, so you know, obviously it's done its job protecting the bed. I like it. It's got these Firestone, some name brand tires. Usually a older truck, if it ain't been taken care of, it'll have some Kamasukas or some crap on it.
You can see how straight the lines are. There's some little scratches right there. I know I said you didn't show these scratches. Is that a backup camera?
That ain't it. Well, a little scratch. We haven't buffed it or anything. It's got a backup camera. Got a big receiver hitch.
See the spare underneath it. The lines are straight. It's not picked up, chewed up. Tires match all the way around. Fender flares are all good. They're not cracked and all that. That bed line is straight. It's got, look in here. Man, it's clean. Non-smoker's truck, the best I can tell, folks. I can't smell anything in it now, odors. Here you see power on both sides. Here's your remote and everything. For the entertainment, look up here. The dash is just as straight as it can be. It's not cracked and chewed up.
Not cracked. It's got, there's your books and manuals. And that's just the registration. I don't think. It's a local truck, come from the local Ford dealer. Oh wait, that's not the window sticker.
I thought it might show us MSRP on it when it was new. But look in here, son. Show them.
And you can see, like down in these pockets, they're not greasy and funky. That's how you can tell a work truck.
It's not a, yeah, and it's not a deer hunter's truck. No one's been out in the woods trying to tear it up. a Lariat Super Duty. Once again, up under here, chrome's pretty, you can see here. Folks, you know, we'd all like to have an $80,000 truck. An $80,000 truck or 75 or whatever you cost you nowadays, 70, that we can lose $40,000 on in 5 years, but I can't. Some people can. I know Dan doesn't. We don't buy new things. I don't know how they sell them. But a truck like this is just wonderful for the bargain you're going to get. A nice diesel 4-wheel drive Lariat that does everything just like it's supposed to for a mere fraction of what a new one costs. And if everything continues the way it's been going the past 7 or 8 years, this truck in 5 years, folks, I mean, you drive it for little or nothing based on the appreciation they've been going through. And vis-a-vis the cost of a new truck, I mean, come on. I mean, this is what I drive. It's what makes sense. I guess is what I'm trying to get around to. What a value these trucks are. This is a bargain. It's a 2008 Ford F250 turbo diesel 4-wheel drive Lariat package. The leather's nice. Got 6-disc CD changer. The rear entertainment system got your remotes and all that. Sitting on a really good set of matching tires, the spares underneath it, bed liner in it, factory bed liner. Come on, you talk about a bargain and a value for what you're going to have to pay for this truck. It's just a value, folks. And if you think about it, that's low miles on this truck, extrapolated out. But it's a great truck, a 2008 Ford F250 turbo diesel 4-wheel drive with a total Lariat package. Thank you so much for watching our video, folks. We do appreciate it. I mean, when I say we appreciate it, I mean we appreciate it. It takes time to sit down and watch these videos. We thank you for that. We appreciate all the business that we've had over the years, thousands of trucks we've sold. All that said, we look forward to visiting with you about this truck and seeing you here in Jackson, Mississippi. Thank you.
Hi folks, Dan Dale here. You've been listening to my dad talk about this truck. Now I'm going to take you on a test drive, but before I do, just want to show you a few things under the hood. First of all, you can see the core support brackets have had an impact wrench on them. That means the radiator recall has been done, so that's about $1,500 you don't have to worry about spending. Plus, has this extra thick double battery cable, which that means it should have the supplemental cab heat, which is like an electric heater that gives you some heat in the morning before the engine warms up. Now you can see under this hood, we don't clean under hoods. This is just how it came in. Although it appears at some point somebody sprayed some kind of cleaner on here and didn't scrub it off. But we're not going to worry about it because I don't touch under hoods. But one thing you can take away from how it looks under here is, you see all these bare aluminum pieces? If a truck spent much time, if any, out in the mud and stuff, all that hot, muddy water hitting the engine will give these bare aluminum pieces a patina that you cannot get rid of. And this truck doesn't have any of that. So you can see, has spent very little, if any, time off-road. Probably none, but I hate to say none, and then somebody crawl under and see a dab of mud and then get mad at me. So I'm gonna say very little, if any. But the main thing I want to show you is, you can see here, it's got the usual smoke. All these 6.4s have smoke. If you look at my old videos, I sold a 15 Platinum with 20,000 miles and it smoked just as much as this. But the main thing is, smoke is not blow-by. Blow-by is if I set this cap down and it blew off. But you can see I set the cap down, it's not under pressure. And all blow-by is engine compression getting past the piston rings and into the crankcase. And it's not necessarily the sign of a bad engine, it's just the sign of wear. And it's not an issue on this truck. So now I'm gonna hop in and take you on a test drive. Okay, now we're in the truck. Before I get going, just gonna show you a few little things. It's got the tow command, built-in trailer brake controller, has upfitter switches. That's if you want to add extra stuff like a winch, spotlights, train horns, stuff like that. Has power pedals, parking sensors, traction control, Got a sliding rear window, automatic dimming window. There is one little crack, I mean right at the top of the windshield, so we're not going to worry about it. But if you buy it and you are worried about it, $125, I'll put you a new one in. You can see here, got the sunglasses holder, cup holder, steering wheel controls for the radio. You can see I can adjust the climate. 193, which is not many miles for one of these. It's got the power folding mirrors on both sides, and you can see they go in and out. So now we'll go down the street, and you'll have to excuse my shaky camera work because I'm filming with one hand and driving with the other on some of the very worst roads in the city of Jackson. So even though the video may come out a little shaky, rest assured in person, this truck has a great ride and drive with no issues there whatsoever. And one thing you can take away from all these potholes and stuff I'm running over is that this truck is tight. There's no squeaks, no rattles, no thunks, no bangs, none of that stuff. Goes down the road just like it should. Doesn't pull to the left or right. Doesn't pull or vibrate when I hit the brakes. This truck is quiet. There's no extra like diesel-y noises like from exhaust leaks or anything like that. This truck fires right up, runs great hot or cold. Now whether you buy from us or whomever, you always want to hear a Power Stroke diesel crank up cold, because if it's got injector issues or FICM issues or stuff like that, it may run perfect when it's hot, but it might run like a three-legged dog when it's cold. But not really an issue either way with this truck. Runs perfect hot or cold. Trying to think what else. The cruise works. I got the cruise working right now. I'll turn it off. Fan speed works. Thank goodness, because it's about 75 degrees here today in the Confederacy. It's got a fairly fresh oil change on it. Expires in March. And you know, when it comes down to these 6.4s, that's one of the keys, is maintenance. You can't treat these like you did an old 7.3 or something. You've got to change the oil every 5,000 miles. You got to change the fuel filters every other oil change, and you got to use Ford filters. Because even if you go to an oil change place and get the most expensive filters they've got, if they're not Motorcraft, they're not filtering, because Ford will not release the patent on their filter design. So all these aftermarket companies that sell filters, they're not really filtering anything, and that's where a lot of people have problems, is they run these aftermarket filters and think they're doing good, but they're not. And the other thing, it should be pretty much a requirement once they run out of warranty, is doing the DPF delete. Unfortunately, this truck's already had it done, and the DPF's also called the soot filter. But basically, you hear these newer trucks, they all use that fluid, which is great. It's a great system with that fluid. It works fine most of the time, no big deal. But on these 6.4s, the way Ford set them up, to clean them, instead of that fluid, they dump a bunch of extra fuel down the rear two cylinders and burn out the filters. And that caused two problems. Well, first of all, it kills your fuel economy, because you're just dumping fuel down the exhaust. And second of all, especially if you're not on top of your oil changes, all that extra fuel will wash past the piston rings and get into the crankcase, and you'll turn around, and if you've not been on top of your oil changes, you'll end up with 15 quarts of oil and 5 or 10 quarts of diesel in your crankcase. Well, that just causes all manner of issues. So once you get rid of that DPF though, you don't have that problem. You're not dumping that fuel out the exhaust, so you pick up anywhere from 5 to 7 miles per gallon, and you dramatically increase the reliability and the longevity of your truck. So it's just a win-win. It pays for itself within 6 months. And it's just something you really need to be doing. Even if you don't buy this truck, if you buy a 6.4, delete it. Whatever, Now, that's the DPF. You can delete the EGR. I wouldn't worry about it. It's not an issue like the 6.0s, but you have to delete the DPF. I mean, you just got to. It doesn't make sense not to. Although, you know, we do sell some that aren't deleted. I mean, as long as you're servicing them on time, it's fine, but you're just wasting fuel sending it right out the exhaust pipe to not delete it. So, just something to keep in mind. And right now we've got this truck set on a tow tune. So it's got 350 horsepower stock, and with the tow tune that adds about 75 horsepower. So it's around 425, or right, you know, basically pretty much the same as what a new truck's doing. And that also maximizes your fuel economy. And we've got the smoke turned down, so if you want to know what that's about, search on YouTube for roll coal and you'll see. But if you want, if you buy this truck, we can set the power and the smoke wherever you want it. We can turn it up on steam engine smoke, or leave it like it is on minimal smoke. We can leave the power where it is. We can turn it down to stock power. We can crank it up on kill. I mean, there's just tons of options. And it's best if you just call me to discuss those options rather than me trying to explain them all in a video. So give me a call to talk about it. 601-376-9869. I'll be glad to discuss it all with you and go over what your options are as far as that goes. Now, if you want to pick this truck up in person, you're welcome to do so. We'll be glad to meet you here at our place. Or if you want to fly in, we'll pick you up at the airport, no extra charge. It's a free service to our customers. We fly into Jackson International during our regular business hours, and we'll pick you up, bring you back here and do all the paperwork and feedback and stuff and let you get on the road. We do it all the time. It's a real smooth, simple process. I wouldn't hesitate to hop in this truck and drive it anywhere. So if you're interested, you can do that. Or if you're like the vast majority of our customers, you may not have time to spend several days flying or driving in and then driving home. So with that in mind, don't let the idea of shipping scare you off. Or if you look online for quotes, don't let the prices you see scare you off, because depending on how much of a hurry you're in, we can save you as much as half off the average shipping quote. And the reason for that is most of these places you find online are not actual shippers. They don't have a fleet of trucks out on the road. They're just brokers, and they'll charge you hundreds of dollars, and they'll call it a deposit, but all it really is their broker's fee. And they all get on this one website that's not open to the public to actually find somebody to haul it for you. Well, we've jumped through all the hoops and paid all the money and fees and ridiculous stuff to be on that website just so we can offer our customers wholesale rates on shipping. We don't charge a markup or a fee or anything. It's a free service to our customers. We'll find somebody to ship it, the truck, to you. We don't make anything on it. Basically, you just pay us for the truck. We find somebody to haul it to you, and when they drop it off, you pay them for the shipping. So that way you know what you're paying. There's no middleman involved. So at the very least, you're gonna save a few $100 that you would have paid in broker's fees otherwise. So hard to beat that. And if you're anywhere near Dallas or Atlanta or Houston, or pretty much anywhere in the state of Florida, we can get you an extremely good deal on shipping. So just shoot me a text or an email with your zip code, and I'll be glad to get you a ballpark figure on shipping. It usually takes 3 to 5 days to arrange something. It can be as quick as the same day. Sometimes it takes a little longer. I don't have any control over that part. But if you're willing to pay more than the going rate, of course, you'll get it quicker. Or if you want to save some money, we'll try and offer it for less than the going rate and see if we can catch somebody that's willing to make a deal on the truck and on hauling it. So that's an option too. But like I said, if you're interested, shoot me a text or an email, 601-376-9869. and I'll be glad to discuss it with you. We can talk about deletes, we can talk about tuning and shipping and what I'll take for the truck, all that good stuff. So just give me a call. I'll be glad to discuss it with you. Now that we've been driving over 10 minutes, let me show you the dash real quick. You can see there's no warning lights lit. Now, I like to show the dash after I've been driving a while because it's easy to kill a light for an engine or ABS or something and then take a picture and say, hey look, no lights on. But as soon as you start driving it, if there's a problem and you haven't fixed it, then that light's going to come right back on. So that's why I like to show the dash after I've been driving a while, so you can see for yourself that there really are no lights lit on this truck at all. So that's good to know. You can see there's no cracks in the dash. I haven't really found anything that doesn't work except maybe the parking sensors. The little light for off is lit, so those may or may not work, but from what I can tell, everything else works. And don't let me under-describe this truck or make it sound worse than it is, because I try and nitpick them as best I can, because most of our customers are buying sight unseen, and I don't want to risk feedback over a rock peck or a ding or, you know, something silly. So anyway, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, give me a call, 601-376-9869. We appreciate you watching the video, hearing everything we got to say about the truck. Look forward to seeing you here in Jackson, Mississippi. Thank you. One thing I almost forgot, one of the big things, of course, backup camera. See, I put it in reverse, it comes on, put it back park, it'll go off in just a second. But anyway, just want to point that out. Thanks again for watching.